Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Today on Tallidus Plays, we're trying out another demo for a game called Vital Shell. This is, if you haven't guessed already, a PS1 kind of style game. Even the demo itself is actually called Demo Discs, so I do appreciate the kind of throwback to the old eras of demo discs. Again, like all of our other demos, let's go ahead and just jump right in and see what it's like. Here we have our battle. Look at that. They actually have memory card for your saved games, player's guide, devotions. I'm guessing that's like achievements. Let's go ahead and right into battle here. So we have a few options. I believe these are only available in the main game, so we're going to pick Koenig there. Island Ruins is I believe, the only map available in the demo, so let's play that. And here we are. So again, it's kind of a hack and slash game. Looks like you just aim by moving your mouse in a direction. It's automatically clicking. Oh, I see. Manual aim is click and hold. Audio is a little loud. Let's see if I can't dial that down just a notch here. Yeah, let's take this down just a notch. There we go. Yeah, even with wave completes. Okay. Let's see. Elemental, physical force, lobs, explosive, constant pressure, bounces weapon with moderate damage. Let's do this one. So this lets us click and hold to aim manually. If you don't click, then your guy will kind of automatically just fire at the closest thing. Kind of run around the map here and just fire away. Oh! Okay, I kind of like the idea of manual aiming. It feels a little bit more like I'm doing something. Dexterity, resistance, constitution. I guess let's go with dexterity for that critical strike. Ooh, look at this. We get a gem reward here. This is damage, lifesteal, attack speed. I think attack speed is going to be important. So we'll pick that. The Hand of Justice or the Argent Lance. Let's do the Argent Lance, because I think that is going to be... I see. So we have sort of a melee weapon that does a little sweeping arc. And then the main gun is, I believe, the Lance. Again, this feels a lot like I'm in an arcade back in the mid-90s. Definitely this art style, the classic ticking clock, waiting to kind of eat your quarters. There goes another wave. Potency, critical strike. Let's go more critical strike. Chance to restore life upon felling enemies. Enemies felled by critical strikes leave behind pools of fire. Attacks have a chance on hit to increase critical strike. Let's do that. Again, like any other game, you want to kind of maximize your synchronization. So we're going to go all critical, all attack speed whenever the option arises. And we'll see what this does for us. Because the exclamation points are the critical hits. Pretty basic enemy design, if I'm being honest. We've got little bipedal walkers and little quadrupedal crawlers. Let's see if that changes, or that might just be all there is for the demo. Okay, 3 waves down. More attack speed, sure, why not? And let's take more critical strike. We'll add this to the Argent Lance. Wait now. So is that my health actually going down? Let's take a hit. Yep. So the green is my health. Good to know. Those little eyeballs are exploding. Okay, I think maybe not aiming is the way to go. Let's see. I'm not sure what the purple is. Maybe that's experience. Yeah, I think that's experience. Green is health. Purple gems are basically experience shards of some variety. Ooh, these guys are swarming me now. I see. Okay, so it starts getting a little gnarly. Probably want to increase our... probably our speed at this point, and let's see, let's do physical damage. Ooh, let's do barrage. Unleashes a hail of bullets in front of the shell. Again, the shell is, I think, what they're calling the mech type unit that we're controlling. So I think the way to use our special ability is with spacebar, so we'll save that for little bit later in the round when we get a little bit more overwhelmed by enemy creatures. We'll use it right about now. Oh, that's like a boost. I see. Q. There it is. Alright, that's kind of cool. So Q is like the bullet barrage that I unlocked. It does have a limited range, though. It's not infinitely long. So I've got to keep that in mind. Now I'm just searching out any other boosts that we can get before the end of the round. Oh, and you auto-collect everything at the end of the round. Good to know. We need more damage, and let's do more attack speed. I feel like we're attacking kind of slowly. Let's do Hand of Justice, just to blend together our weapons a bit. I can see where the auto-aim comes in more handy. As the game progresses, it gets a little bit more chaotic, and you're more focused on actually moving between these enemies instead of shooting at them. So it's kind of a better way of doing that. Let's go ahead and unleash some fury there. You got another one? Yeah. Alright. These guys are doing a lot more damage. So again, we have some sort of dog creatures now that are a little bit faster running at us. Looks like they get within range and they sprint. Kind of a charge attack. Space is sort of a dash move. When our orange bar fills up, we do space bar to dash. And it kind of pushes enemies away, it looks like. Alright. Rate of health regeneration. I like that. And why not? Let's do probably critical strike. Let's see. Fire pools, chance to restore life, or gain armor. Let's do chance to restore life. I think restoring and regeneration is going to be way more important in the coming waves. Can I stack up? How many of these can I stack up? I have 3. I really do enjoy the art style. Again, maybe I'm dating myself a little bit here, but this definitely harkens back to the arcade games that we would waste tons of quarters playing. You know, back in the mid to late 90s possibly, you know. It's got a little bit of that old school, not really Armored Core vibes, but it's more about just the zaniness of it all. Let's see, I think we should probably increase weapons potency effect. And let's see here, we have Fury, Divinity, Critical. Let's do Divinity for Lifesteal and put that on the Lance. See what that does for us. I think, again, anything that constantly can restore life is a good idea. And then any damage. See, look at that. We're getting chewed up right here, folks. This is not looking good. Not stealing enough life quick enough. This is not going to be good. Oh! Oh, come on, heal. There we go. Okay, and... oh my goodness. It's very easy to get overwhelmed. I believe the term is bullet hell, I think is this kind of game concept. So... again, I think it's almost more about your loadout than the actual combat, because you're kind of just walking in a circle. Dodging some basic enemies. Obviously, you're picking certain ones to keep further away from than others. Like, I don't want to get charged by these Lancer dudes. Probably need more physical damage, I'm sure. We'll do more range. That's a good idea. Now, look at this. I think we can attach another weapon. So we get a heavy weapon now. Force, elemental, or physical. We already have, I think, physical. So let's do the volley of rockets. I like that idea. So yeah, the Hand of Justice is our melee. The Argent Lance is kind of the firing gun. And the Fell Burst is our rocket pod. And they just keep firing basically in sequence. So when it's ready, it fires. If it's not, then it doesn't. I can't really tell if the rocket pods are going. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, they make the little orange explosions. Got it, got it, got it. Okay. Again, I'm starting to see a little bit of that health regeneration in action, which is nice. I don't know if it's going to be good enough, though. We're getting stacked up on pretty badly here. It's too much. And again, there are different levels. I'm sure the map layouts change. I'm not sure if they're all necessarily going to be... See, we don't have elemental weapon yet, so let's worry about force and physical for now. I think more regeneration. Increase the power of each weapon's potency effect. I think let's do that for now. I do like all the stats. That's pretty neat, you know, having all the stats available. Again, the responsiveness, a game of kind of a lower fidelity, should be pretty lag-free, which I'm seeing so far. So that's nice. I think attack speed would be good for the fell burst, so let's do that. Let's get right back into the action here. I gotta say, it started off a little bit more mellow, but the game definitely ramps up at a pretty reasonable pace, so that's definitely a good way to keep people engaged. My concern here is I think the red is doing damage to me when I walk into these red circles, so I gotta stay away from those, as well as avoiding enemies. Yeah, this is a whole new thing, so this could be a problem. Dodge through. Try to use... Yeah, we might end up actually getting knocked out after this particular round. I don't know what happens when you get knocked out, but I think we're about to find out sooner than later here. We'll see if I can't keep dodging here. Again, I'm trying my best to just keep on the move. Keep moving, keep moving. And using that specialist often as possible to manage all the enemies. Okay, survive for yet another one. Let's go... Probably block, I think is a good idea. And then let's go... I think just destruction for our Argent Lance. This is all 4 gems installed. So now attacks now fire in a spread pattern. So I guess when you put all 4 gems into a given weapon, it gets an upgrade unto itself. So that's not a bad idea. Yeah, look at that. That's what we're talking about. Even more damage. Keeping in mind that we have a wider pickup radius, so we don't want to get too close to the health sphere until we know we need it. So keep that in mind. Avoiding those red circles. Those are enemy launchers. There we go. Again, I really can't stop doing the manual aim. I know it might not be the best idea, but... Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's very effective with the new upgrade. Health? Okay, so that is not a full health. That is partial health. Good to know. So we need to keep going here. Okay, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Go through. Dash. Dash. Oh. Can't dash back to back like that. You gotta... There we go. Kind of plan out your moves. Let's do attack speed. What do? We do, what needs a little bit of help? Probably our HP. Yeah, let's do HP. It's a little low. And then reloading 8 times gain a damage buff. Critical strikes grant a stacking attack speed. I like anything that stacks is nice. So we'll do that for now. Yeah, see, anytime you can get anything, especially in a bullet hell game like this where you're just constantly firing, you will be constantly defeating enemies. So stacking is a great thing to have. I would assume. Again, this is my first time trying this game out, but we've been pretty lucky so far with our kind of build progression that we've got. I do expect to die sooner than later, and we'll figure out how that works. But I do want to try my darndest to go as far as possible. So we'll see what happens. A lot of dings. There we go. Taking quite a few hits from these little Lancer guys. But yeah, we see those green +1s. That's the regeneration or lifesteal kicking in. So, another wave complete. I think my speed could use a little bit of help. Let's do speed, and then I'm thinking we do lifesteal on the fell burst. Because that does a lot of damage in one go, so that'll be good. Ooh. Got weird slime lizard creatures and different floating eyeballs that pop out of them. So the creature types do continue to evolve, which is a good, kind of a good sign there. Very odd designs. Again, very, very retro in nature. A la 98, maybe 97, somewhere in that range. I feel like this would have been a, you know, early PlayStation 1 kind of title. And I think that is exactly the vibe they're going for. If you didn't notice on the opening screen, that was definitely a PlayStation 1 memory card for the save files icon. Back-to-back special maneuver here. 3 in a row, why not? Let's see what happens. Okay, we got some sort of crystal. Oh, I see, it's an auto grab. Just gets everything on the map. Cool. Alright, what do we need here now? I think we'll probably go with dodge, because we have no dodge. Let's go more damage for the fell bursts. Try to get that one to max upgrades. Oh, here come even more random creatures. Spiky eyeballs. I think these are a slightly different variation of the other eyeballs. So I'm guessing they do maybe some melee damage. I'm not entirely sure. My goodness. There's a whole lot going on right now. You don't have to retrain the way you kind of focus on the game, you know. It's definitely not easy to keep things tracked, but again, like any game like this, you kind of move in wide arcing circles to sort of manage the horde. You hope you don't have too many stragglers or spawns that pop up as you go. Let's see, what else do we have here? We got, let's do elemental. You know what? I still don't have an elemental weapon, so let's do max health for now. Then we should do attack speed. And then gain armor at the end of each wave. Ooh, I probably should have done that sooner. I didn't realize that's each wave. Ooh, critical strikes have a chance to grant special charge. I'm torn. What is our armor looking like? Let's do the critical strike one. Because we use the special quite a bit. Right there. So there's a chance we'll get a, you know, critical strike during a special move, so it starts stacking up pretty darn quick. I do want to get that armor one sooner than later, though, so keep an eye out for it. I think the next time the armor one's available, we'll grab it. This is we're wave 16 out of 20, so I don't know what happens at the end of 20. That might just be the end of the level. I'm not really sure. Ooh, this little trumpeter guy. I don't know who that's all about. I'm sure they're probably like buff creatures or something that add a buff to the enemy. But yeah, the special's starting to really work. The stacking special. The motion's starting to really kick in as well here. 3 seconds left, and that's the end of this round. Wave complete. I think we got 3 more waves to go. Let's do more damage. I think all we need now is, yeah, the critical strike, and this will be maxed. All 4 crystals on our missile barrage here. Attacks now fire any spread pattern. So even more missiles, even more damage. There we are. That's 17 damage for one of those? Ugh. Gross. Alright. Looks like it's recharging much faster too. Look at all these specials we're getting, folks. These criticals are coming in clutch. We'll start spamming special moves. Again, I think everybody listening is probably glad that I decided to turn the volume down, because it's getting a little loud even for me, even though it's a good sound to hear. There's the autocannon going off like crazy right now. I might even dial this down a little bit in the edit, but we'll see. It is a little loud. of damage. Looks like we have 2 more waves to go. Potency, lifesteal. Let's go lifesteal on the Hand of Justice. Back into wave 18. Again, I think it's 60 seconds for each wave, so very, very fast-paced game. Like, it's not so much about surviving. I believe it's more about how many can you kill before the 60 seconds is up. It seems to be after a while, survival becomes a little bit more reasonable, and it's more about the efficiency of destruction. So, keeping that in mind, we're going to keep spamming our special here. Wiping out all these bad boys. Ooh, that was a lot of damage. Okay, we are really close to getting killed here. I'm going to be a little bit more careful. I need to increase armor or health. I think I've been a little bit too offensive focused. So we'll see if that works out. Oh, into the wave. Okay, probably armor rating. Yeah, let's do that. We can do lifesteal. I don't know if we can double up on it, but we'll see if that actually worked. I'm trying to vary each crystal that I put in each weapon. Oh my goodness. Oh, here we go, here we go. Starting to get a little dicey, folks. Wave 19, I want to at least make it 220. If we could beat 20, that would be great, but I don't know if that's reasonable to do on our first try. We'll see. Again, this is simply the demo, so this is just a taste of what the game is like. But if you are into these kind of Bulletstorm games, this is definitely a well-executed version. Very, very easy to kind of pick up and get the hang of. Satisfying to a certain extent of, like, kind of combination of the evasion and the offense. Again, the controls are just simple enough. You know, you got space is your dash, your Q is your special. Otherwise, you just click and point and destroy. Let's go. I think plus block. And then this needs one more. Let's do, I think, attack speed. And there we are. Reloading summons exploding orbs that surround the shell. Oh, here we are, folks. Get a little bit of a cinematic. Look at that high-quality graphics. Corrupt Bloodfang. Let's do it. So it looks like we have to attack him whilst defending against other creatures. And he does a lot of damage, so let's keep an eye on that. I think we need to dodge his projectiles if possible. And we will try to figure out where he is now. I think we need to use our dash to get past his attacks. So it looks like he's going to just keep doing attacks. There he is. Is he going to stay up in the corner? No, okay, he's moving. Oh, there we go. So this is an infinite wave. It's going to keep coming until we defeat him. So let's keep that in mind. We need to stay on him offensively here. Okay, yeah, those waves do a lot of damage. Okay, we're gonna have to back up here and use our regeneration and our lifesteal to get some life back. There we go. Basically pump him with everything we got. Stay away from his projectiles if possible. Keep moving and grooving here. Okay. Starting to get a little bit of the hang of it. Again, we might get knocked out by this guy, who knows. Those rings of explosions that he does is pretty devastating, so keep an eye on that. Doesn't seem like he's healing, though, so that's a good sign. Ooh, we can do a lot of damage. Okay, again, we gotta back away when he does that kind of cluster attack. And we'll see what happens here. Again, I'm saving my special for when we get close to him. We try to maximize our damage, and then we back away. regenerate health, rinse and repeat. Okay, there he is down here. Where'd he go? Oh, he's sliding. He's sliding on us. There he is. Oh, and we are toast. That is game over. We got a rank of F. Apparently, we did terrible. Who would have thought? Looks like maybe some of this is not calculating properly. It says we did DPS 0, so I'm sure that's not correct. Oh no, that's from Boost. I see. 120 from the Hand of Justice, 187 from the Argent Lance, and 59 from Barrage. Fell Burst was 92. Yeah, that's our final stats, and that's a little taste of the game here. Again, we have unlocks, so Devotion level 2. So I believe these are sort of maybe an achievement system. Maybe there's some more upgrades hidden behind these Devotion levels. At the end of each run, gain experience in the selected track, awarding permanent stat increases with each level. Accessible from the main menu. Bloom Cannon deals high damage in a spread pattern with limited range, so I think you might recognize that as a shotgun. Revive. Shell Protocol grants a second life. Well, that would be handy. Moonstone. So this is a tier 2 gem. Affinity Divinity with lifesteal and attack speed. Armor rating 1. Permanent stat upgrade. Plus 10 armor rating reduces the amount of damage taken. Also, plus 2% block permanently. Increased chance to fully block incoming damage. All right, well, that's kind of an idea of Vital Shell. Again, it seems to be a roguelike, bullet hell, kind of top-down, shoot 'em up. You do get permanent upgrades as you play the game, so the more you play, the better you get. The better you get, the further you can go. But if you made it this far in the episode, please feel free to like and subscribe. And until next time, this has been Tallidus Plays.